animal community. My name is Sydney and I'm just here to show how I care for my animals. I hope you enjoy watching. These are 10 things to know about gerbils. So first off is their cage, which is very, very misunderstood. A lot of people believe that they can live in cages that are this small. Some people only get one this small for their little gerbil, which they are very small and they can fit in the palm of your hand, but it's not ideal. We're cleaning their cage. The gerbils might as well get a bath. So this is a dust bath. They do not take regular baths. It's gonna be too small. See, that's another reason why these cages are a lot too small, because they can't even fit a little dust bath in here for 2 gerbils. Okay. There we go. So this is how they bathe themselves. They don't have any room to run around, which can lead to some bad habits that we'll talk about later on. This is 20-gallon tank, which they have a 25-gallon tank at this moment. 20 to 25, I'm not too sure. I remember correctly at this moment. But they do love to burrow. So I have a lot of bedding for them, a lot of bedding. I'm sorry, excuse the lighting, but they have plenty of bedding to burrow and I have things in the bedding. It's just very important you have a great home for your furry friend where they're happy and they can thrive. So number 2 is going to be food. So a lot of people believe that they can just live off of the most minimal diet, the minimal gerbil diet, the cheapest at the pet store, but it's really not the most optimal thing. They love fruits and veggies from time to time, and one thing I will say is not to feed them fruits and veggies too often because they will gain a little bit of weight, they will get a little chubby. The brand that I use is this one. And the reason why I use this brand, I do pick out the sunflower seeds in this because they cannot have too many sunflower seeds because of the high sugar and salt content. I give this to them because it is just a great food. Number 3 common misunderstanding of gerbils is that you can house them alone, like hamsters. They are social animals. They enjoy time with other animals. They do not want to be alone their entire life. Having them in at least pairs. Marshmallow and Teddy are in pairs, but eventually I'm hoping maybe I'll get another one. Marshmallow and Teddy are both males. They have been together their entire life, so I wasn't too worried about housing them together. But when you do put another gerbil in there, you're going to want to be very careful about that. For toys. So gerbils will destroy their toys. They need lots of entertainment, lots of mental stimulation, so anything that I throw in there, most likely they will shred it to pieces. They will shred it to pieces and use it for their tunnels to give a little bit of support in there and get them really strong so that they can just run in and out and they don't have to worry about them collapsing at all. Make sure you get a lot of different toys for them. Toilet paper rolls work so great. They love toilet paper rolls to tear up and just use them to build their little burrows. Hello, baby. Oh, you're so gorgeous. Look at you. So number 5 is playtime and handling. So Marshmallow and Teddy, I got them when they were a little bit older, so they didn't really enjoy being handled too much when I got them, but they have warmed up to me so much. I'll enter a few little clips. Hello, little one. Hello. How are you, Angel? How are you? Come here. Oh, hello, baby. Hello, little one. Oh, he's such an angel. Would you like some, honey? Why don't you get one? Good. Uh-oh. As you can see with that face. Oh, don't get out, baby. You're supposed to stay in. I do not handle them very often because Marshmallow gets very stressed out when I handle him. He doesn't like it, so I don't push him. I do pet them. I do interact with them. They do get different environments when I clean their cage. Sometimes I'll put them in a little cardboard box with some toys. Sometimes I'll put them in their little cage up top. I make sure that they are comfortable no matter where they are and that they have plenty of exercise. Running up and down these tunnels, they get absolutely so much exercise. They chase each other around, and that's another reason why you want a big tank, because you just want to be very cautious that they have plenty of exercise and room to get around. Number 6 is water. So I do have a water bottle and a water dish in there. Sometimes animals can get dehydrated with certain waters, and I don't want that to be the case for my gerbils. So I have a water bottle and a small water dish in there with just a little bit of water, maybe about half an inch, I'm gonna say, not too much, so that they can't drown themselves or anything, but they do love to drink out of that dish. So they very rarely drink out of that water bottle. They're most of the time drinking out of that dish. I know that gerbils don't really have that risk of dehydration or anything like rabbits or ferrets would with the water bottle, but I just, throw them a little water dish in there, give them the best of both worlds, Number 7 is bedding. So a lot of people will use like wood chips and stuff like that. That's not the best thing for you to use because it can get in their little eyes and their little noses and it can mess them up pretty badly. I do use Carefresh. Some people have said that it is dusty, but I have not had that problem with them. I haven't seen it be dusty except for when I do clean it out, but I know that they get it dusty with themselves. They have dust bath, their poop gets around, it's going to be a little dusty when you clean it out at the end. But when I do put it in the beginning, I don't really notice any dust coming off of it. Number 8 is gerbils' lifespans. So many people believe that they don't live very long, but they are a bit of a commitment because they do live about 5 to 6 years of caring for so greatly. So hopefully Marshmallow and Teddy will live to be about that age. I don't know exactly how old they are. I was lied to when I got them that they were young, but I learned later on that they are adults and they won't be getting any bigger. So number 9 is bad habits. So if you see your gerbil biting on the wires of the cage, that is not good. It's not good at all. I know that I've seen some things going around about people who think it's funny and people who think that they're gnawing down their teeth because their teeth grow and they need to have that exercise and have that bit of gnawing in there, but it's not a good habit. It can become obsessive and it means that they're bored. It means that they need more things to do. So Marshmallow and Teddy never bite on their rods on that top critter cage, and if they did, I would be very worried about them because I know that they're pretty, how bored do you have to be sitting in your home just gnawing on your door, basically? Think about it your way, think about it from their perspective. It's not fun for them to be sitting there and gnawing on something that isn't even tasting good. It's just obsessive and it can become very compulsive kind of behavior that kind of has to be learned, and they have to learn not to do that anymore once they do it for too long. So I would recommend just not having them in a wire cage. Just have something very nice that they can burrow in, and it has lots of bedding and stuff like that they never have a problem getting around it. And number 10, discipline and taming gerbils. So when you discipline a gerbil, if they bite you or they're aggressive or anything like that, you don't want to hit them, you don't want to yell at them, you don't want to point your finger in their face or hit their little noses because they're very, very tiny and you're very, very large to them. So they don't want to think that you're a predator or you're going to hurt them or any kind of way. You just have to be very gentle with them, and you just have to put them back in their cage if they are acting up and limit the way that you let them out if you do let them out. I know some people do not let the gerbils out because it can stress them out in certain ways. Others have found that they enjoy their time out, so it just depends on you and the way that you would like to raise your gerbils. Marshmallow and Teddy, like I said, they come out whenever I have my cage cleaning, but they don't really roam the room or anything like that. You don't want to feed them too many treats when you do tame them. Marshmallow and Teddy, when I first got them, they were very, very anxious and they were just all over the place. They never wanted to be close to a hand. They were just afraid. They didn't want to be any kind of human interaction. But now they will come to my hand, and if I put my hand in there, they will come right up to me. Even if they're in one of their little burrows, they will crawl out of their burrow and they want interaction, and they know that I'm going to give them a sunflower seed or two. I do not give them that many. I really stay away from that kind of stuff because they do like the fresh veggies and corn and the mixture that they have in that. It's great to have a different kind of diet every now and then. Who wants to eat the same thing all the time? Nobody, not me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I just really appreciate for you listening to me. I know I ramble a lot, and I know that some people may think this is a little much for the gerbils, but I think it's not even enough. I would love to add a shelf on the wall and another little tank that they can dig in. Look, he just came up from his little burrow. He's having the time of his life. I love them, and I just want them to have the biggest and best home possible that I can provide for them. I hope you feel that same way, and maybe if yours isn't a little critter tail right now, and you didn't know any better, you go ahead and just add a little tank to there. Set it on top. That's what I do, It's so much fun for them. They love to crawl up and down, and it's so much fun for you. You get to watch them. They do so much than just biting on the bars of their cage. They do so much more than that. They have so much potential, and it makes me happy when people know that and people give that to them to work that potential and just thrive in their little lives. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day.